There aren't many quarterbacks in professional football history who have put up the numbers Warren Moon did. When you combine his statistics from the NFL and the 6 years he played in the Canadian Football League, he threw for 435 touchdowns and more than 70,000 yards. Only 4 NFL quarterbacks have thrown for more yards, and just 5 have more touchdowns. His path to stardom began in Los Angeles. Moon gives a lot of credit to his mother for not only introducing him to sports, but also for setting a strong example for him and his 6 sisters.
My dad passed away when I was 7, so she kind of took the reins of our family and went back to school, re-educated herself, became a nurse, and then she just took care of us and sacrificed everything for us and made it possible for me to play sports.
While it's pretty common to see an African-American playing quarterback today, that wasn't the case when Moon was growing up. He's thankful his high school coach gave him a chance, and he was determined to keep fighting for his spot as he went through college and eventually reached professional football.
I had a high school coach, Jack Epstein. I had just come off of a sophomore year where the sophomore coach didn't want to let me play quarterback, and he saw that I had the potential to be a really good quarterback just from watching me work out in that, and he came up to me one afternoon and put his arm around me and said, "You're going to be my starting quarterback next year as a junior." And that right there just gave me so much confidence and so much motivation, and I went out and just trained my tail off because I didn't want to let him down.
Undrafted out of the University of Washington, Moon proved himself quickly in the Canadian Football League by leading the Edmonton Eskimos to 5 consecutive Grey Cup championships, which is still a CFL record. He'd then get a shot in the NFL, and he'd have a terrific 17-year career there, mostly with the Houston Oilers, though he also had some great years in Minnesota and Seattle. In 2006, he was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, which marked several firsts in football history. He was the first inductee to have played in the Canadian Football League, the first undrafted quarterback in the Hall, and also the first African-American quarterback in Canton. Moon is very proud of that part of his legacy. He really wanted to build on the progress of African-American quarterbacks who came before him and make sure those in the next generation were given more opportunities.
That part of it was very important for me coming up because I knew that the guys that played before me, like James Harris and Marlon Briscoe and Joe Gilliam, those guys kind of made it possible for me to play the position because they gave me inspiration and motivation, and I felt like that responsibility was now put on myself. Doug Williams, Randall Cunningham, those guys that played during my time, that if we were going to give more younger guys opportunities, we were going to have to do very well. It was almost like we had a responsibility not only to our team and our organization, but we had a responsibility to our whole race. So it was a burden that we carried as we played, but we carried it proudly. Because of my play and other guys' play, of course, there's a lot of African-American quarterbacks getting that opportunity now and doing very well. And they're being paid very well, they're being endorsed very well, and they're being accepted as leaders for their football team. So I think because of some of my play, I had something to do with that, and that's something I'm proud of.
In his post-playing days, Moon is still involved in various charitable organizations. One that's near and dear to his heart is Brothers in Arms, which he leads along with fellow quarterbacks Andre Ware and Vince Young. The organization provides scholarships and financial assistance to student athletes who, like the 3 of them, are raised in single-parent homes.
We felt like with our passion for sports, how much we know education is very important in your life to go forward and succeed. And then coming from single mom homes, which sometimes can be a detriment, we wanted to single out kids that came from those type of environments, that came from single mom homes, that had the desire to go to college and further their education, but were also involved in sports. So those are the type of kids we try and focus on, and it's been a very successful program for us. So we're going to continue to keep doing what we're doing, having fundraisers and trying to get more emphasis and focus from the community because it's a great program.
Thanks for checking out Sports Stars of Tomorrow on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like, and please subscribe to our channel so you see all of the latest content.